or you're a bad parent, or you're going to die, or you can't get into school, or you can't do what you want to do unless you take the drugs. And they're lying to you. Because when you read those medications, read the side effects, normally the first two for ADHD or bipolar or any kind of mood-changing stuff is homicidal and suicidal behavior. So you have people walking in to Columbine, people walking into the theaters. Everywhere you see Newton, Connecticut, every time you see a strange shooting somewhere, just watch the news. This child was being treated for depression or bipolar, ADHD. There it is. And it says, tens of millions of people are risking suicidal and homicidal behavior. Depression should be managed without pills. What do? You have someone who's depressed. Don't give them pills. Well, I don't know what else to do. Do you know there's foods that can make you depressed, or foods that can change your mood for the good? Do you know if you have certain toxins in your body, that'll affect your mood? If you're not exercising, exercise is better than Prozac. They've proved it. Okay? And then you correct your spine. We adjust the nerves that go to your brain made your emotions. We connect those nerves that go to your emotions. Now we flip the switch, and now you have somebody getting healthy in a safe way that aren't going to hurt themselves or hurt others. And I don't know if you follow the news, but here's to prove my point. There was a pastor of a very popular church, Rick Warren. His 28-year-old son didn't get in a fight with his dad and go home and commit suicide. Had a good night with his family. Went home, put a gun to his head, and shot himself. Now that's not a healthy person. So the point about medicine and evil and how it's lying to you is it says, for years we had it treated by America's best doctors, had received counseling and, there it is, medication. Totally rewired this kid's brain. He thought, I'll brush my teeth. I'll watch TV. I'll shoot myself. No rhyme or reason between those three thoughts. That'd be, never a thought. And again, you guys, you do the numbers, right? Right now in America, 553,000 people die a year with cancer. Okay? 699,000 people die a year of heart attack or heart disease. But in America, 782,000 people die every year from taking the medication. Okay? Not doctors and nurses' faults, just not going to work with, not going to make the grass grow green. Therefore, gardens are dying by the droves, but we're trying to spend more money in research on landscapers and fertilizer. Does that make sense? It's not their fault. They're just working, no one's checking the hose, so it's a broke system. And again, the Journal of the American Medical Association says, adverse reactions to fertilizer or adverse reactions to medication, leading cause of death in the United States. So we've got to come up with a better plan. Okay? I don't like the current plan they have you on as far as getting you healthy, wanting to get you better. Okay? So the science says it all comes to your brain and spinal cord. I have x-rays that prove it. You'll see them in just a minute. Okay? Science says that more medication makes you sick, disease, and kills you faster. We don't want that. So what are we going to do to correct the problem? That's what I want to go over real quick, and then we'll go back and see your x-rays. Okay?
All right.
First of all, decide how much care does he need to get better. That's all based on your x-rays and how long you've had this subluxation. What I want to see is normal. I want to see a good curve in your spine. And I've measured that at 45 degrees. I want to see 45 degrees in your neck, and I want to see 45 degrees in your lower back. It's all connected. Can a bad back cause headaches? You bet. Why? You pull a dog's tail, it barks somewhere else. It's all connected. I have patients who have had screws in their spine, back pain for years. They come to me, I adjust their neck, and their back pain goes away. So it's all connected. Okay? Rarely do I see somebody with a perfect spine and poor health. It just never happens, and that's what Dr. Windsor proved. And so depending on what your x-ray looks like, if it's phase 1, that tells me that for the last 5 to 10 years, your spine has been shutting down, causing disease in your body. It takes that long to happen. So when I see phase 1, I know 5 to 10 years, this has been shutting down, it's straight, and disease has been growing on your spinal cord and your body for 5 to 10 years. When I see that, I want to stop it, get it corrected, and maximize their health so that the grass can go green again, right? Some people may not even realize that their grass is growing green. But that medical test, that x-ray tells me exactly. So how cool is it if I x-ray, you feel great, right? Or someday your wife or your child feels fine, but you want to know if they're healthy or not. Oh, simple. Let's just check their spine. I can tell you right away. Let me check the hose, right? Oh, that hose to the tomatoes is being blocked. If you want healthy tomatoes, we better fix this right now, right? Okay? So when we see this, we've got to stop it and then correct it and get it going in the right direction. Now, I don't make the rules. But if we don't do something to open up the spine and get it corrected and keep it corrected, what's going to keep happening to you?
Just get worse and worse.
Yeah, that's the rules. So my job is to make sure that I do my very best to figure out how many visits and a cost, make it affordable, so that this is a no-brainer for you, okay? Because we got to get you better, right? Because if not, if I don't find you in time or we don't get it corrected, then phase 2 will creep in, where I can see disease right on the bones. And when I see degeneration or stenosis or arthritis right on the vertebrae, that tells me that there's 15 to 20 years of disease growing on the hose, growing on the spinal cord. So how healthy are those organs and those muscles and those emotions? Yeah, not too good. And it really doesn't matter how you feel. That's the disease process. So even at phase 2, we want to stop it and get it reversed and get it going in. Even if we get it 1 degree better, we've stopped disease. Now health and healing's beginning. Okay. And if somehow I don't find you in time and bring you in here and x-ray your spine, then it will turn into phase 3. The spine completely rots out. It takes about 30 years. When I see this, I see about 30 years of disease. But I don't see very many people over age 65 with a phase 3 spine. Take a guess why.
Because it takes a long time.
Yeah. Well, if I step on the garden hose for 30 years, what's that garden going to look like?
Terrible.
Terrible. So either nursing home or dead, which just proves Dr. Windsor's research and everything else about the spine and nerve system. And they were on plenty of medications, had plenty of organs removed, they were doing this really good until they became a statistic. And I don't want that to happen to you. Okay? Well, you're 20 years old. You're invincible. This isn't going to happen to you. Oh, yeah, wait till you see your x-rays right now. It's happening to your spine. Okay? So, what do we do to correct it? Let me show you a couple of x-rays, and then we'll go back. There's 3 x-rays from the side I want to show you for specific reasons. Okay? The first one is what the measurement should look like. Okay? So when we go, box isn't working. Why?
It's not connected.
Dang! It's supposed to be made wrong. No, it's made fine, right? There's no power. Let's plug it into the source. Power on. Oh, there's the adjustment. Ready to go. Okay? So this is an x-ray. Okay? And this person was having symptoms. Okay? And they weren't going away. So, and they were trying everything. Medicine, they were trying everything, right? Weren't going away. Well, we measured her curve, and the curve was 15 degrees. So when I go back, think about this. If 45 degrees is ideal, and your curve is at 15, whether it's your neck or your lower back, what are your vertebrae doing to your nerves? Pinching them. Does that cause your body to build health or build disease?
Disease.
Is that a big deal? Yeah. And when's it happening?
Right now.
Right now. Would that be a good reason why you're not healing like you want to? That's it right there. It's a good place to start. Now, here's the thing. How much medication does this person need to take to make these numbers start going in the right direction?
None.
Or broccoli, or push-ups, or meditation, or anything. So we're not anti that. We're saying it doesn't get to the root cause of the problem. We've got to get that brain talking back to your body by correcting the spine. By warming it up, by adjusting it, by cooling it off, so that it begins to change, and we see changes happen. Okay? She came into the office. She started getting adjusted. We brought her in. You drink water like you did. Okay? Then you do the traction. That warms the top part of your spine up. Then you sit on the wobble chair. That warms the bottom part of your spine up. It's much easier to change a spine and get it going in the right direction if we can warm you up. Then you lay down on the table, and we make the adjustment. Now, whether I use my hands or I use the adjusting tool or the drop table, the only goal is simply to, boom, turn the power back on. Okay? Once I adjust you, what do I say? Power's on, right? And then after the power's on, then we put the head weight on you, okay? Because here's the thing. Your brain's pretty smart. And there's a thing called a riding reflex. Well, always keep your eyes level to the horizon. That's a good thing, okay? So if I put these weights on you like this, I'm messing with your riding reflex. I'm making the weight pull your riding reflex down. Now, if it's the right weight, your brain's going to go, hey, I don't want it to be like this. I want to look straight ahead, and it will recorrect, overcorrect. Well, what I just do now, if it's like this, what did I just do to your posture?
Straight to ever.
Yeah, so what happened to the hose? Yeah?
Open up.
Opened up. So every day you do this now, what is your brain able to do to your organs and your muscles and emotions? Heal them. Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to adjust you a specific number of visits. After your adjustment, you put your weights on, stay on the vibration platform, which amplifies the healing process. It balances your hormones. It makes your muscles stronger. It helps detox your organs. It helps balance your hormones. I think I already said that. It increases flexibility, and it dials your neurology into that radio station called Health and Healing, so that your spine can change. But then at home, okay, you have a traction unit that hangs on the door. You have a wobble chair. You'll have weights so that every day you can water your organs, your muscles, your emotions, and get them back into tip-top shape. That's how we're going to undo 5-10 years of damage in 6 months or less. Okay, that's our goal. Not get you back to perfect 45 in 6 months or less, but stop the spine from going the wrong way, and now get it going 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 5 degrees. Get it going the right way so that your body can begin to heal and restore itself. Okay? It's going to take time, but that's the road you're on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, that's what we do. Then, what's the best test to find out how healthy you are?
X-ray.
X-ray. So we re-X-ray you because I want to see what's changing. And so here's her new X-ray. She got a curve back in her neck. So now her brain's able to send all the power it has to begin to get her healthy and green. And if she gets healthy and green, what happens to the oil light? It shuts off and goes back to healthy, right? If you're driving your dad's car and the oil light comes on, right? Put oil in the engine, oil light goes off. That's all we're doing, okay? So that's what my point of this is what we want to see happen to you. Stop the spine going the wrong way, get it going the right way, and that's going to be correction. But here's the thing. You would think that would be a no-brainer. But what if you're really busy? Or just money's really, really not quite there? Or really, why didn't my doctors explain this to me? This makes perfect sense. Well, I show you this x-ray to show you that thinking. If that's your thinking about your spine, again, this is your decision time, not mine. I've done my job. I know it's wrong. I know how to correct it. You have to decide on what direction to go. This guy here decided not to start care. He didn't go the way this girl did. He thought he was hoping that, well, I have time. He was hoping that I was wrong. I don't know what he was hoping. But I said, well, I close this file. Let me know when you're ready, okay? But he has phase 2 disease on his spine. So he has phase 2 disease on his hose. What's the chances of his garden developing and being diagnosed with some crazy disease very shortly? Yeah. I'm like, John, you are driving your car, the oil on right now. I don't know when your engine's going to blow up, but I'm telling you, it's going to blow up. You're not going to like it. Let me help you. No, I'm going to go back to my other chiropractor, get my back cracked whenever it hurts, pay my $4 copay, and I'll be fine. Well, let me know when you're ready. 12 months later, I find out he gets diagnosed with prostate cancer. Now, I'm very sad, but am I shocked? No. If you tell me you've been standing on this hose, you haven't watered your garden for 20 years, I'm going to expect to see fruit. I'm not going to eat at your table, okay? Make sense? So I said, well, what are you going to do? He said, well, I have Kaiser Insurance, but I don't want to go to Kaiser. I'm going to go to Cancer Centers of America. I said, well, when they're done doing what they do, come back and let me help you. Oh, no, Dr. Joe, I'll be broke. What do you mean be broke? Well, this is what they're going to charge. The bill for testing my prostate is $400,000. The medication I have to be on is $2,500 a month. And to stay in the hospital is $6,000 a month. Now, he thought he was saving time by not correcting his spine. He thought he was saving money by not correcting his spine. But by not correcting the spine, what did it just cost him, right? Now, my bill for him was $5,000 for the first phase of care. So if you have a choice, which doctor would you pick? This one or that one?
Obvious.
Obvious. Why would you pick that one?
Well, save you time, money, and your life.
Okay. Is it because this is the cheaper bill? I'm just trying to see
Yes,
where it's cheaper, but what will it do for you? What will happen to your grass with this bill? What will happen to your grass with this bill?
Stay the same, get worse.
Yeah, can you see that? But even if you have health insurance, and you only have to pay $1,000 copay, right? What's going to happen to your grass here? gonna get green again, right? What's gonna happen to your grass here? And they're gonna, and that's what they did. So if they take the prostate out and say, okay, come back in 6 months, we'll do some blood tests. What's happening to your garden? You're still shutting down. Can you see? And this is happening 553,000 times a year. That's where I get passionate and get pissed off, basically, because this should not be happening to anybody. Their garden should never have done this. So that's why this is worth it, because this actually keeps the grass green, gets you healthy, gives you what you want. Not just now, but the next 5, 10, 20 years of your life. Okay? This last x-ray, I show it because I don't want this to happen to anyone else ever again. People think, well, I have time. Come on, Dr. Joe. I'm thinking, you know what? The minute I look at your x-ray, I want to see if you have damage on your nerves. If you do, then I know disease is growing in your body regardless of how you feel. So I'm not trying to convince you to get better, get your spine correct based on how you feel. It's based on what your x-rays show. This guy thought he could go home and think about it. He already had all the medication. He had the shots in his neck. He had the spine surgery. And I explained everything to him, and I said, what do you want to do, Robert? Well, I'm going to go and think about it. I said, I wouldn't do that. I said, you've had this for a very long time. Every day you wait, it's like driving your car with the oil light on. Do you really want to risk that? Well, Dr. Joe, you understand, I'm busy, money's tight, I have medical bills. I go, I understand that, but if we don't get your body healthy. He went home, while he was thinking about it, 6 weeks later, he had a heart attack. Dr. Windsor said he would, all the research said he would, and unfortunately he died. The garden, if you stay on the hose, the garden has to go dead, right? Nothing wrong. He didn't pray. It's not that you didn't pray enough. It's just, that's what it has to do. And I show this because before he left, I put a weight on his head and I x-rayed him, and his righty reflex pulled his brain right back to normal. So this is normal. This is where he was, forward head posture, choking life off. Put the weight on his head, and his brain began to react. So I knew I could help him. And I knew I wasn't going to waste his time. We measure everything. He just chose not to. So I want this to happen for you, not this, not this. That's the point I show these things, because I don't want it to happen to anybody else ever. But it all happens based on the brain spinal cord. Now, the last x-ray we showed of you, we took of you was from the front, remember? Put those really cool goggles on, remember that part?
Yeah.
So here's what I want you to understand. I want to see your spine straight, okay? I want to see it straight. You'll see a red solid line, and you see dots. Dots are where your vertebrae are. I want to see it straight, okay? If it's straight, then we got power on. If it's crooked, then we've got subluxation causing disease process to the garden, okay? Well, look at this lady, 50 years old. This is normal. This is her spine, okay? What are her vertebrae doing to her nerves? Pinching them, right? What's happening to her garden? Not good. Now, here's the problem. I said, when did this start, Judy? She said, when I was 13 years old. I fell in gym class, hurt myself. Now, I don't know how long you've been having the symptoms you're having and the issues you have, but it's been for a while, right? Started when you were young. Well, what if now you're 50 years old? So I said, so what happened? So I had back pain off and on, then I had kidney infections, then I had bladder infections, then I had infertility issues. Well, right here's her lower back. That's phase 2 disease. So she's right. For the last 20 years, this spinal cord has been diseased in every organ it goes to. Dr. Windsor says they're going to get sick and die on her eventually, right? And she's showing that. She's extremely overweight. She's on tons of medication. She's not happy to be married to. Her life is shutting down. She's only 50 years old. So what if I'd have found her when she was 13 and helped her and sat her and went through what you're going through right now? And we could have got her spine corrected then. Would her life been different? That's the mission I'm on. So whether you live in Korea or Thornton or whatever, it's like, look, learn the truth. Then you decide on how you want to apply that truth. So we started working on her. We re-x-rayed her 9 months later. We're better at it now than we used to be. We're learning more as we go, but look how her spine responded. See how it got straighter? So we got pressure off the hose. Brain started talking to her organs, and guess who's healthier now? Top x-ray or bottom x-ray? Bottom one, yeah. She lost 50 pounds. She got off all her medication. She's fun to be married to now. Her whole mood changed. Her whole life changed. Started working again. Her life that she'd never had now started to come back to her. All because we simply started correcting her spine, Then I taught her how to eat right, how to detox, how to exercise, how to smile more, right? It's not hard, it's easy if you know what to do, right? If you know what to do. Me, I could never find my way around Korea. You, hey, it's a piece of cake, right? Because you know where to go. You know what to do. I don't know what I don't know. So it's not hard, it's just different. Here's the thing. Here's my point. My point is that this was her first x-ray. This is her second x-ray. Not a whole lot of change. If we wanted to change this, I should have got to her when she was 13 or 20, even 30 years old. Now we need to maintain this and make sure it doesn't shut her down anymore. She can live pain-free, she can be healthy, but she's going to need to be seen quite a bit every month, every week to maintain this. So my goal is to get you healthy so you only need once a week or twice a month to maintain it. She'll need more because I got to her later. So we're on a mission to get to everyone we can as soon as possible so their life doesn't blow up. Does that make sense? So there's only 3 rules that I really have to be a patient here. And there's specific reasons for that. The first one is that I've put together a really good care plan for you that's going to get you the results you want, okay? And so when we go over that, that's pretty much, it is what it is. So you'll come in, you'll get the visits you need, but also I'll have things for you to read, okay? And I'll have nutrition and detox and exercise and smile, mindset stuff, all wrapped around how that you can feel better and get better and move away from where you've been, okay? Number 2 is real simple, your family. They're already been checked under care. But if you have any friends, you have any family, I want to check their spots. I just want to do one exam on the x-rays. And I want to see how healthy they are. And I want to explain to them, tell them the truth. Whatever they choose to do, totally up to them. But a lot of people simply don't know. There's a passage in the Bible that says people die for lack of knowledge. They would love help.